Hi coloring friends! Welcome back to my channel and welcome here if you're new. Today in my video I am going to be covering the 5 coloring resolutions that I am setting for myself for the new year. And in the video I'm going to be working on this picture here, the New Year's picture that's in the Whimsy Girls Celebrate the Holidays and Festive Occasions. And that is done by Hannah Lynn. So we will get started on this page, and while I'm coloring, I will share what my resolutions are. All right, so let's see, where do I want to get started here? I think I'm going to just start at the top. All right, and I'm going to be using Ohuhu markers for this. They are the set that my daughter got me for Christmas, so I was excited to get to try them out. And thought this would be a nice picture to use them in. So, okay, so we'll get right into it. And my first resolution, well, I guess first let me just discuss that to me, a resolution is more of either a shift or a reset of your mind, of the way you're thinking through things. It's definitely not going to be, something like, you hear people setting resolutions that they're going to only eat healthy from now on, or, you know, drink so much water in a day. And these are not really that. They're more of I want to keep these in mind, or keep my mindset in this new way, or even just a reset of how I think about things. So the first one, my very first resolution, is to make time to color every day. I know when I get really busy and really stressed and I have a lot going on, it's easy to say that, coloring doesn't need to happen. It can be easily chopped from that day. And for me, coloring is a big way that I manage anxiety. And I can feel when I don't allow myself that time to color and relax, because it does relax me, and it can be almost meditative when I do it. And it makes a big difference in my mental health, for sure. So my resolution is to make sure that I'm not just chopping that when things get really busy, because in reality, when things are really busy, that is when I need to be doing this the most, because it benefits me and it will help me get through it. So my mindset needs to be, even if it's super busy, even if I only have 5 minutes at the end of the day to pull out a coloring book and color a leaf, or, a flower, just one little thing, just to at least allow myself that little moment to do that. Um, so that's my first one. And in order to succeed with that, I'd like to have, something sat out and ready to grab and do, especially when it's going to be busy. So if I know I'm going to have a busy week, pick out whatever page I want to be able to quickly work on, have it sitting there, available on my desk, easy to reach, with whatever colors I'm going to use, whatever medium, just so that there's no time spent picking out or wondering what I'm going to do. I just grab that, get it out, and do a little coloring. So that is how I plan on setting myself up for success with that. And I think that it will go a long way to, helping me stay sane, basically. Okay, so that was number one, the big one. I think probably, well, I don't know. I don't want to say it's the most important because my other ones are important too. So on to number two. And number two is do a better job supporting other colorists or creators um, that I see. So whether it's on Instagram or YouTube, I have seen that through having my own channel now, that I know how it feels to get a like or to get a comment, and it makes a big difference, and it doesn't take that long to do, and I'm guilty of not doing that often enough, I don't think. And I think that if I enjoyed, seeing a picture that somebody shared or watching a video that somebody took the time to make, that I need to let them know that. And I don't always do that, and I should. So that is one mindset shift that I'm having, is that I need to share the love, basically, and make sure that people are getting positive feedback for what I'm enjoying of theirs. Because there's plenty that I've enjoyed, and I don't always take the time to like or especially to leave a comment. And it really doesn't take that long to do. And yeah, so I need to be better at it, more mindful of making sure that I'm letting people know I enjoyed what they did. So that is number two. Now, number three is don't let comparison steal my joy. So it's extremely easy in the coloring world to look at what other people are putting out, and you can even come across the same picture you did multiple times, and it's very easy to look at those things and let doubt creep in about what you did, and to look at a picture maybe you haven't colored that somebody else did, and it's beautiful and amazing, and to let that intimidate you into not tackling that picture yourself, because your mind is saying, well, I could never do it as good as this person. And that's not the point of the hobby. It's not to do the best, most beautiful picture. And I think that's what makes coloring amazing, and why it's so fun to watch other people and what they're doing, is not to try and be just like them, but to appreciate how one single page can look different 100 different times by 100 different people, and appreciate what they came up with themselves. That's what makes this amazing. So the point is not to look at something and try to be just like that, but to put your own spin on it, use your own skill wherever you are, whatever you might be at your skill level, and see what you can do with that. And I'm definitely guilty of looking at other people's work and then not wanting to uh, tackle a page. I know I just got The Worlds of Wonder by Johanna Basford, and I've seen so many beautiful pages done in that book, and I feel like I'm almost psyched myself out of attempting pages in that book, because I know, well, I think it just can't possibly turn out as beautifully as I've seen other people. And that is stealing my joy, because I'm not allowing myself to relax and have fun coloring in a book that I love. I love her artwork. So that is something I need to let go of and enjoy what I can do and the time I spend doing it. And, obviously still enjoy other people's work too, but not expect myself to be just like it, because I never will be. I'm a different person. So that is number 3, not letting comparison steal the joy of the hobby. That's a big one and a tough one. I think that may be the hardest one for me to achieve or work on this year, but it's an important one. So, all right, on to number 4. Number 4 is enjoy what I have. So, sort of in the same respect as the comparison, it's easy to get caught up when you're watching other YouTubers and, all the new coloring books that are always coming out and the new art mediums that you see. And it's easy to get caught up in all that and just want the new things, and forget that you have, even if you only have one coloring book, then you still have a whole coloring book full of amazing pages to color. So rather than get wrapped up in the newest thing that somebody is featuring on their channel, to take a step back and look through what you already have and just enjoy and appreciate that. So, I mean, it's fine to want and get excited about new coloring books and new pencils. Of course, I won't stop doing that. I think a lot of this hobby is also collecting. You kind of get into that where you're collecting, or some may say hoarding, but I'm going to say collecting all the different things that are out there. And there's so much out there. But I have budgetary restrictions and constraints, and I'm not always going to be able to get the newest things. So instead of getting wrapped up in that, just sitting down and flipping through some of the ones that I already have on my shelf and maybe discovering a new page in one of those that I'm really excited to color. Yeah, so just not getting too wrapped up in all the new and making sure I step back and enjoy what I already have, because I certainly have plenty and I certainly have a lot to enjoy. So that is that mindset shift there to keep. All right, and then we are at number 5. Number 5 is be proud of my hobby. So I think, I don't know if anybody else has run into this, but I doubt I'm the only one, that when you tell somebody that you like to color, there's sometimes a reaction of, like, oh, that's a kid thing to do. Or you must be sitting with your kid's coloring book and a box of Crayola crayons and coloring. How immature. There's just sometimes there's a bit of a reaction that I feel like I have received, and I let it make me feel embarrassed, instead of being proud of what I like to do. And that is something I want to get better at, that if somebody asks me what I like to do or what my hobby is, to say with pride that I color and not feel ashamed of it or embarrassed to say that. Because at the end of the day, there is skill involved in this hobby, and there is learning that happens. I'm always learning. I'm always trying new things, and I'm creating things that are beautiful, that I enjoy. And like I mentioned before, this is very good for my mental health. It's very good. So rather than feel embarrassed about it, I should feel proud of myself that, I take time to grow and learn every day, and I take time to take care of myself, and I don't think that's anything to feel ashamed of, and I don't know why I let it, but I do, and that is something that I would like to try to get better at. So that is my last resolution. Like I said, these are things that I would like to just keep in the forefront of my mind throughout this year, and just remember to enjoy the hobby. It's a way to enjoy it instead of letting it, become something that's not fun. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep coloring, but I'm going to speed up the rest of this so that you can see this page in its completion. I know I always enjoy videos where you get to actually see what it looks like at the end. I think that's fun. So I think I will keep coloring and put this to some music and speed it up, and then we will see where we are at the end. I think my New Year's girl is all finished. I had a lot of fun coloring her. I hope you enjoyed watching this completion of this page. I had tried to do some highlighting, blending with her hair, and just did not like the way that was looking. So I changed how I did that a little bit, and I think another resolution for me is going to be to learn a little bit more about coloring hair in the new year. So that will be a goal of mine as well. But I like how she turned out. I think this was a very fun page to color. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope everyone has a wonderful New Year's and lots of success in the new year with their coloring. So for now, I hope I see you again soon, and bye.